Villa Nabila is a mystical building on the coast of Pantai Lido, Johor Bahru, Malaysia, which has been the center of mysterious conversation of horrific magnitude for a long time. The bungalow is believed to be abandoned without any occupants for over 30 years. Ever since then, many have come out with mystical stories which was widely circulated. The abandoned building is located near to the Johor Palace, close to the popular crowd-pulling Danga Bay, Johor Bahru, Malaysia. The grand entrance of the villa is at the foot of the hill near Christine Palace, and the structure of the villa has many floors and with a huge livable space. For everyone's information, there are 3 bungalows that have been abandoned in the area of Bukit Sering. The first abandoned structure belonged to the Sultan. The second is Villa Nabila, and the third, located deeper in the property line, belonged to a doctor, which, according to myth, has its own mystical story. But the most popular story is the horrific story of Villa Nabila. The location is also internationally well known, as an American tourism portal, Expedia, has listed the dilapidated villa as one of the most scariest locations in Malaysia. There are several versions of the stories attached to the villa by the locals. The following are several versions of it. Version number 1. Once upon a time, there was a wealthy family happily living in the villa. The husband and wife died in the villa and left their daughter Nabila to live in the mansion with the maid. Nabila was said to have inherited the entire estate and wealth of her parents, but she was eventually killed by the maid, and her body was sealed in cement at the one area of the villa. Version number 2. The family of Nabila was robbed, and Nabila was raped and murdered. Her body was sealed in the wall of the villa. Version number 3. Initially, the villa was named Christine Palace, named after the wife of a foreign businessman. It was believed that a month before the villa was built, the husband had promised to divide the property to his 6 siblings who were then living in their home country. After the husband obtained the property, he then decided against it, which made his siblings furious. His siblings then sent 2 negotiators to reason out with the businessman. The situation heated up, and the 2 killed his daughter Nabila. They eventually killed his wife too, but the businessman refused to give in. The businessman was also killed in the end. The villa was left as it was for 70 years. Since it was abandoned, more and more stories of what happened began to circulate, especially on social media, up to a point that a firm was made by a local producer. More gory stories began to emerge over time about what actually happened, and it drew interest to a particular religious practitioner to get to the bottom of what actually happened at the villa at that time. He took his own initiative to investigate without expecting any payment of any sort from anybody. According to him, Nabila was not killed. At that time, the cute girl was at the age of 6 to 7 years. Her father was an Englishman, while her mother was a Malay, believed to be a royalty. One day, the family was heading out to an unknown destination. During the journey, they were involved in a car accident and Nabila died at the scene. Her parents were in a coma and in hospital for 2 weeks. As they did not respond to the treatment, the medical personnel eventually decided to unplug the life support system, and Nabila's parents were confirmed dead. Nabila's soul and her parents were separated because she died at the accident scene, while her parents died 2 weeks later. All sorts of mysterious incidences happened in the house as Nabila, who did not know that she had died, was still lingering at the villa, waiting for her parents to come home. According to the religious practitioner, he and his team managed to help Nabila meet with her parents' souls. Now, the villa is free from the soul of Nabila, who had always tried to prevent all development activities at the property. If whatever was claimed by the religious practitioner is true, then the mysteries associated with the villa have truly ended. With the reunited of Nabila's and her parents' souls, the property can now be developed by its current owner or the government. Hopefully, no other mystical beings occupy the property if the current owner does nothing to the villa. Believe it or not, welcome to Malaysia.